All right, welcome to our latest Hoopscast. This will be the last one from the FCC tournament as Florida was eliminated today. But, I started to write this. I didn't write it, Kevin, but if you didn't like this team before, you should have liked them today.
Yeah, I think certainly the effort was there, and I think it was an excellent game plan by Billy Donovan, too, in terms of, pushing the floor, pushing the tempo early, trying to get Kentucky tired. They noticed some things about Kentucky's bigs not doing a great job of running the floor and really exploited that early. Kentucky's such a smothering defensive team, but when you get them in transition, they're a little weak defensively, and Florida took advantage of that and piled up some points early. Just couldn't sustain it for the full 40 minutes.
Yeah, and of course, the big blue wave came, and there was 14 straight points. Next thing you know, they're down 9. You think that's the end of the game. I literally was looking at the clock going, man, I hope this clock goes fast so they won't lose too badly because they played so hard. And guess what? The Gators fought back. Brad Beal in the corner right in front of us had a three that would have put him in the lead with about 1:13 to go. Missed it, but, and they pulled it out with the free throws. But I give Florida a lot of credit. The thing is, though, about this team, I talked to Billy a little bit afterwards, and what he was telling me, he says, yeah, exactly. This is what they can do. Yeah. But they got to understand what you have to do it. And that's what they, when they go to Athens, they don't get it. Yep. They come here, they're motivated. This was a motivated team today.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the consistency. And you can't afford any more inconsistency going forward because one more loss and your season's over, basically. That's the situation. That's the kind of mindset that they're going to have from every game here on out, depending on how far they want to advance in the NCAA tournament. And like you said, I also talked to Beal after the game. He just basically said, hesitated just a little bit. He saw those two defenders coming at him. He said it felt good coming out, but then he realized kind of like, dang, I hesitated. And, that's how slim the margin is for them to pull off, what could have been one of the biggest, upsets in school history, being the #1 team in the country.
I was thinking during the game, especially when they were up, how are you going to compare this to? You certainly can't compare it to winning a national championship. This would be one of the hugest wins, but it didn't happen. The good thing is they get an extra day's rest. Interesting, after the game, Billy Donovan very critically officiating. 20 free throws for Kentucky, 2 for Florida, so you can understand where he was coming from then. Just as an observer watching the game, I thought it was a terribly officiated game, but it went both ways. Kentucky fans were just all over. There's nothing funnier than sitting here watching Kentucky fans when they get a call that goes against them. It is just watching the stand. It is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely vocal. Patrick Young after the game said that he felt like there could have been a couple of over-the-back calls, some pushes, things of that nature. The rebounding margin was a real, Kentucky had 16 offensive rebounds. That was obviously a huge factor in the game. Their front line, their strength, their length, and Florida having to start 3 guards. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And missing Willie Gett, obviously, too, is a huge blow on the boards. So.
Well, and he's not walking through that door, so they've got to, they are what they are. And here's what they are. They're a team that's not going to play great defense. They're a team that's going to struggle on the boards, but they can make up for it in other areas if they commit to it and if they show the maturity. So, there's part of you that walks away from this tournament going, hey, you know what? Maybe the light turned on for the Gators, but we all know it's got a dimmer switch on it.
Yeah, and when you look at this kind of tells you a story about their season. They're 23-10. They've had 5 losses against teams probably about in the top 10, top 15 RPI in the country. Yeah. And then you've got 4 losses against teams with about a sub-70 or sub-80 RPI, with Rutgers, Georgia, and 2 against Tennessee. So that just tells you the kind of team they are. They can have those lulls and those moments where they play the level of their competition. And you can't afford to do that in the NCAA tournament. You have that first game maybe against an 11 or a 12 seed, depending on how Florida's seeded. You have to come with that intensity, and you have to be able to kind of put teams away when you have opportunities to do so.
It's mental. I mean, for this team, I don't know that I've seen a team that was more mental than with this team, but we'll see. Tomorrow we'll stay here because you can't get a flight out. Now we're staying anyway to cover the championship game. Kentucky and Vandy in the tournament final. For the first time since 1951, they took care of Ole Miss today. I did not cover that game. So stop it. But
hey, another case of playing a team the third time. And Kentucky beat Vandy twice, and
I'll give you Vandy in 16 right now.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah. He's got Vandy in 16. We'll see what happens. And of course, Sunday night we will be find out where Florida's going. But this is the point I made in my column. Let's say they're playing VCU or something like that. Are they going to leave the light on?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, no question.
So we'll find that out. And, of course, on Tuesday, it'll be up probably Wednesday, we're going to film our NCAA preview. Myself, Kevin Brockway, and, of course, Mark Wise and Larry Vittel. So look forward to that. Until next time, we will see you. Pat Dooley, Kevin Brockway of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Big Easy.